Alright, the next one on our list is going to be the item. Now, this is going to be the first item that we're actually going to work on. This will be the builder tool. Something to take note of before we jump into it is that, do you see all the ones labeled with item? Items mean that they are an object that will be picked up by typically a player type character that is that has inventory enabled, so that they can actually use the items that they pick up. When we start going through these, not everyone is going to be used the same, so we'll kind of go through and take our time at just understanding how to set up each one. Each one is kind of different in how the setup actually works. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get started with the item builder tool here. And we'll go down to our item builder tool inside our default set. So the item builder tool, if you notice, is going to have quite a bit of different ones. These are all very specific to the nature of the builder tool. So we have ones that, like for instance these are going to be ones that are similar to most items. You'll have a hold and a use. And then along with those, you'll have things that are extra like these, which are creating, removing part of the properties and the behaviors of the item that's being developed here. So with the builder tool here, make sure you select your builder tool and your tile types. We'll go ahead and go down here, and we'll set up the basics for the builder block, and then we'll just do another video that walks through specifics to the item of it. Alright, so we'll say, actually we'll start with item builder tool. And this is going to be creates and removes tiles. Alright, and then for the general settings, for the block that's here, we're saying it's going to be, you can see it can receive light. The offset is going to be for the initial piece being placed in, but because it's an item, there's going to be another image that takes its place and has a whole set of different properties. But for the initial part, we'll say it's going to be behind the player. Alright, and then if there were animation frames, we'll take it down to about 6. Thumbnail image, let's go ahead and select that one from our list. Right there. Alright, the collider will turn off, that way we have the ability to walk through it to pick it up. When it comes to picking it up, we'll go down to our our tile animations. So the tile animations, you have this list right here. This isn't going to be one used by the tool. The tool is actually going to have a whole set inside of item animations. But what we are going to use is the trigger settings. And the trigger settings we're going to say is just picked up by a player. And if we go down here, we'll say that the activate will be default, you just walk over it. The trigger state will be that if you go on it, you enable it. If you leave it, you disable it. The position rotation scale, again, default, we'll just leave it at 10 there. Meaning 5 on 555 across it. Alright, so let's go ahead and go down to here, and this one I'm going to leave for the next video, but just so we get it prepped and ready, what we're going to do is go through the item. So if you notice all the item pieces right here, these are all part of the setup for the block. These are also the core for any item that gets used. And then after that point, there's a lot of additional properties that can be set specific to each item type.